One of my films that I chose is Shaft. Um, it
Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we'll tell you about Bill Duke confirming that Hollywood is sacrificing young black men. So without further ado, let's get started. Duke did an interview with Salon around the same time that the 4K remastered version of his 1984 highly acclaimed movie The Killing Floor came out. In the course of the talk, he thinks about the personal and professional choice he made to tell the truth about racism, Hollywood, and society, as well as the results of that choice. Additionally, he talks about what he thinks about the protests led by George Floyd, the current state of social action, and the next steps that should be taken to make big and positive changes in society in the United States. Duke also makes the case for why The Killing Floor and its stories about the Red Summer of 1919, the labor movement, white-on-black race pogroms, and other types of terrorism still have an effect on people today, especially with the Trump administration. Duke also talks more about the allure of fame and how he has kept his pride, honor, and self-respect as a black man in Hollywood. Bill Duke met with Munson Steve, a Rolling Out representative, to talk about what it was like for him to work in the field as a black man. He said that it is hard to tell the truth because there is a price to pay for being black and working in the field. Many people see my being honest and sharing the truth as a way to scare them, which is one reason I don't always get as much work done as I'd like to. That being said, I have decided to say how I feel. Keeping that energy inside you is bad for your health because it means you're not telling the truth about yourself. While he was giving advice to the younger guys, he said that frustration comes from having passion and anger without a plan. Checkers can't be played during a game of chess. He said that I had turned down a lot of parts because they didn't show people of African descent in a positive light. The actors played parts that were degrading and unfair. I would never even think about playing a role like that. More than anything else, I want to keep showing how fully human we are as black people. Some people think that black men are dumb and only commit crimes, are mean to women, are hostile and aggressive, and don't go to school. Read a script, and you'll not only understand what the story is about, but you'll also understand who you are in it. In what ways do you bring your skills to the role? That other person can receive what part of your humanity you can give them. Let's say you're the bad guy in the story. Your performance as an actor in that part shouldn't make you think of yourself as playing the bad guy. As an example, the character I play on the TV show Black Lightning, Agent Percy Odell, doesn't think of himself as a bad guy. What does Odell think about himself? Truth be told, Odell doesn't care about how you feel. Odell works for the government. He loves his country very much. Because he is working, it will be safe from anyone who might be subversive in any way. It doesn't bother him what other people think as long as Odell is doing his job, in his opinion. If someone who is trying to cause trouble needs to be dealt with, they do need to leave. These rebels are dangerous to everyone and a threat to specific people. He said to non-white people who asked how they could make a living as an actor, if your passion is acting and you have 3 children that you must feed and then send off to college, then you have a lot of concerns to weigh. You have self-respect and honesty, and you are also a father and a husband. How does that make you feel? Figure out a way to make everything work. There are also times when you have to give in on both sides. Not only is it hard, but this kind of balance act is also not simple. He also said it's important to be humble and grounded. People who don't understand who they are as people only have the surface. You don't have to deal with the core problem of who you are as a person when you get more awards, make more money, and become more famous. These things become your identity. Are you happy with anything other than your fame? Some people are scared of love, marriage, family, and getting close to other people. They depend a lot on their fame and public recognition because of this worry. Fame is great, but what if you're sick in bed and need help? You can't call on your fans, right? What kind of bonds have you made with people who care about you enough to help you when you're sick? Are you having a bad time? Slightly weak? Everyone is about to have a bad day. At some point in our lives, we will all need help. People asked him about his part in the movie The Killing Floor, which is about the Red Summer and how white people rioted against black people in 1919. The picture was scary because it showed Donald Trump and his movement, as well as the racism and violence he encouraged and spread. He said, "Your guess is right, unfortunately. One of my favorite things about the movie is how it started with issues of race and inequality, like who was in the work union and who wasn't. Last but not least, people of all races came together to fight for human rights and social justice. That shows my deepest opinion that we are all human beings, no matter what color we are, once we get past racism and other forms of ignorance and bad behavior. Of course, we should always honor black heroes because they helped us get rid of slavery and Jim Crow segregation. Those kinds of guys saved my life." Those who wanted to be filmmakers could also get help from him. He said, "If you want to be a director, you must truly understand the craft of directing. There are two parts to directing. One is artistic, where you work with the writer to come up with an idea for the movie, which you then have to share with at least 100 people. Management is the second part. Time, people, and money are the three things that are needed for this. You might be a very clever person, but if you can't handle time, people, and money, you might not be able to do well as a director because you won't be able to return investors' money." He further gave advice to the young black men and told them that they shouldn't wait to be discovered in Hollywood. He said, "Don't wait for Hollywood to discover you. Discover yourself." In an interview with Vlad TV, Duke shared some of his ideas with aspiring artists and entertainers so that they could think about them further. To be more specific, he explained the difference between someone who has a plan and someone who just has passion. Do you want to become an actor? Do you want to turn your skill into writing? Do you really want to be a director? Okay, everything looks great. Do you know what kind of work goes into making those things? Are you familiar with how the Hollywood business works? Why? Because those of us who were really excited about the new business were hurt because we didn't understand it. That feeling of not having a plan is called anger. Even though it's hard work, the job is very rewarding. Artists should be in charge of their own lives and make their own decisions. That's the most important thing, Bill Duke says in the interview. Bill Duke, on another instance, said, "Our internal racism is still alive. We are still putting each other down and making jokes about each other because of the color of our skin. With women particularly, it's difficult because the beauty business says, if you don't look a certain way, God made a mistake." Bill Duke also had a role on the Sea Billy's Black Lightning. He also authored an autobiography, Bill Duke, My 40-Year Career on Screen and Behind the Camera. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and comment down your thoughts on this. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.